Well, everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you've been struggling with how to organize your phone or your GPS or a tablet and some GoPros on your dash, well, inside this box here, I think I found the silver bullet solution. Well, maybe it's a black bullet solution, but either way, let's go check it out and install it on the truck. Alright, so what was the problem I was having? Well, first it was this old phone holder. Now it connects to the vent on the dash and it wobbles and the bottom is now broken on it. And then if I get it securely on there, it holds the phone at an angle that's really hard to see. Plus in the winter, if I've got it on the vent and I've had the heater on, the phone actually overheats even though it's like -10 outside. The other problem I have is I have suction cups that I mount to the windshield. You can see it here. I'd really like to have nothing that obstructs my view, and then I'd like to also have the option to mount multiple cameras facing out or facing back towards me while I drive. And then again, if I want to use a GPS or a tablet, I've got that flexibility. So what I did is I ordered the Bulletpoint Mounting Solutions, which I found for the Gen 2 Frontier. I know they make these for a lot of different vehicles, so if you go to their website, you'll be able to find the one that's right for you. I'm not sponsored by these guys at all. I paid at full price for everything. I just needed a solution because what I had now wasn't working. So what do you say we open up the box and take a look and see what I got? Okay, well here's the box. Let's go ahead and we'll open it up and we'll take a look and see what we got inside. First thing that was loose in here were 2 extra ball mounts that I got. These I'll use for mounting cameras facing outward and inward while I'm driving. Got those. There's a smaller box in here. Inside here is the phone mount. Here, it's metal, nice compression, tight. I like the balls that are on here too. They have a little grooves on them, so I'm hoping they'll have a tight grip. Here's the 7cm arm. It's carbon fiber. And there's also 2 sockets then that'll go on each end, like so, to extend off the mounting plate, which I think is in this box here, which is the bigger box. Let's open this one up. Yeah, so here they give you a ball mount for the phone arm, and here's the plate that will actually go onto the dash and sit in that recessed part on top of your dash here. Metal, sturdy, really a good looking piece. And then a box of everything you need. They actually include screwdrivers, the proper size drill bit for drilling your holes, and then this is kind of cool. There's a little black bullet shaped bottle opener. That's kind of cool. Alright, what do you say we try to get this thing on the truck? Before I get started, I just need to say, be sure to read the instructions. I know you guys, you're probably like me, but just read them, maybe a couple times. I'm glad I did, because it's easy to screw this up if you assume you know what you're doing. Okay, another thing to add is the fact that the instructions to do it are just a simple one sheet. In fact, it's 3 steps. So installing this Rubigrid base, it's really a nice piece. Installing this should be pretty easy, but you know how that goes sometimes. Okay, step 1. Use the flat thingamajig to pry the doohickey from the whatchamacallit. Well, no, seriously, I'm glad they provided this trim removal tool to get the dash tray out. I'm pretty sure I would have marred it all up using a flathead screwdriver. Just do it carefully and it pops right out. Step 2. Place the base, or what Bulletpoint refers to as the Rubigrid, into the tray. Center it up nicely and hold it into place. Using the provided screwdriver, mark the 5 hole locations on the tray. This is where you're going to drill your attach points to the tray. 5. Next is the moment of no return. Using the provided smaller drill bit, drill 5 holes on the marked locations of the tray. Alright, step 3. Reinstall the tray into the truck, and once again using the screwdriver, mark the holes on the trim pieces that live below the tray. You want to make sure these markings line up with the holes you drilled in the tray. That's important. For my 18 Frontier, I only needed to mark 2 plastic pieces. What we're doing here is making space for the mounting hardware when the tray is installed back in the dash. Not all vehicles have the same trim, so again, be sure to read the instructions, and also order the right mounting system for your specific make and model. These are not universal. Alright, on to step 4. Using the larger drill bit now, drill where you mark the dash trim pieces. Again, we're making space for the nuts that will hold the ruby grid on the dash tray. Step 5. We're going to remove the top part of the ruby grid. Be careful here. I was using the provided screwdriver in a hot garage, and with sweaty hands, I wasn't able to get the little screws to turn. I was fearing stripping them out, so I used my power screwdriver to get them out. Alright, step 6. Mount the ruby grid base to your dash tray. Bulletpoint did a great job providing the needed bolts, nuts, and washers. This was pretty putsy with my sweaty hands, but the little provided wrench helped quite a bit. Okay, so I had a little bit of an issue getting the bottom part of the mounting piece into the tray. One of my holes was just off a little bit, so I had to fix that a little bit. The other side of that too, it has got to be like 95 degrees outside, and it's humid and hot, and I'm sweating like crazy, and trying to do a screwdriver when your hands are sweating is not so and hard. But I think I got them all in tight now. Now it's just a matter of getting the plate on here, getting my accessories on top of that plate, and then getting it back in the truck. Step 7 is mounting the balls to the ruby grid, and this little QR code takes you to a video that explains how to use the special little round bolts. Okay, after watching that little video on how to use the ruby grid nuts, just put them in where we want them. They're round and they got a little square on the bottom that will recess in the channel here. In theory, I can get my fingers to work, and then they should just screw on. No washers or anything needed at all, which is kind of nice. Then these Allen head screw to tighten them in. I'm just gonna finger tighten this one, get it where I want it, and I'll do it with the rest of them. Alright, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do it with this one here, and I'm gonna do it with this one here. I'll have 3 on there. Okay, so I've got all the balls on there. Now I need to put it back on here, like so. Got the screws here, this should go on pretty quick. Alright, looks like this is ready to go back in the truck. Should pop in theory. Yay, look at that. Snug as a bug. Alright, let's go ahead and get the phone mount together. Take the 7cm bar here. This is going to clamp on like so. Use the wing nut to put that one on. Like so. We won't figure it tight, we'll just leave it loose like that for now. And this one's going to go on like so. And I want to get the phone in there too, so let's go ahead and we'll put the clamp for the phone in there. And then we'll just finger tighten it all together right now for now. All right, just like that. One thing that's interesting is they give you this little F-shaped deal. There you go, F-shaped deal that you can use to tighten these up if you want to really torque them down. I think finger tight's going to be fine. All right, cool. Okay, so I got a ball here. I think I'm going to go ahead and put my phone on this one. I can put the camera there. I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter for now. I'll move it around, figure out what works best. We'll put it here. Clamp that down. Like so. We'll get the phone here. Actually, that's going to go here. As I finish up here, again I say, this was my process, and yours may vary with a different vehicle or model, so read those instructions. Well, okay, well here it is, mounted in the truck. You can see the phone here. So far, I think it looks really good. I love the quality of the stuff that they provide. Bulletpoint really makes some nice finished material. The carbon and fiber arms look good. The balls look great. They've got those little ridges, so I think things will sit tight. The phone, super secure. You did notice that I have the cord hanging here. You can get phone mounts that are magnetic or phone mounts that are powered so you can charge your phone. I just went the less expensive route because I don't mind the cord, and often I take a cord with me into work as well. So whatever, it wasn't a big deal. So far I like it. I'm hoping there's no squeaking going on as I drive it. If there is, I'll probably have to come up with some felt or a little rubber or something to try to dampen any squeaking. I don't suspect there'll be any. It feels pretty tight. What are the cons of this? Well, there's kind of a big one. If you've got a lot of GoPro stuff, the GoPro arms or GoPro sockets are just a little too big for the balls on here. So you have to kind of buy their own GoPro mount arms here. So that's kind of a bummer. And the other side of that too is it's not the cheapest stuff. It's not super expensive, but it's not the cheapest either. But I think you really get what you pay for. It looks really good. So I'm super happy with it for now, and we'll see what happens. But I don't see there'll be any issues. I didn't have any problems installing it other than the hole that was misaligned, and I was able to use the drill and fix that. And then the other thing was, it was just so hot in my garage. My hands kept sweating, and it was kind of hard to tighten some of the stuff down. So I'm thankful that they gave me a bullet-shaped bottle opener, and I'm going to put that to good use in about a minute and a half after this video is over. So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. If you're familiar with Bulletpoint or have any experience with Bulletpoint or have any questions about it, just leave a comment below and I'll try to answer them or send you in the right direction. Thank you guys for watching, and again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do and give it a like. And until the next one, you guys go get lost on some beautiful back roads, and I'll see you later.